I want to thank everybody for the incredible welcome they gave me when I went in there. They're eroding. You know, this has been, I was talking to actually Louisa about this in the car today. I've been doing this now since April of 2014. So this has been going on for 3+ years. So about 10% of my life, in one way or another, has been pursuing doing this. On top of 10 years of working for other politicians and doing other things. So they say you can find a new hobby, but beyond that, I don't know. Listen, it's been said these types of experiences show you who your true friends are. I believe that to be true. I certainly feel blessed beyond belief at the amount of friends I have in this world and in this room. And all those who voted for me. By bread, I can't come to the stage tonight and reclaim the victory we all wanted to see. I want to thank each and every one of you for the kindness, generosity, big time generosity, and friendship you've shown me. To say this campaign has been a life-changing experience would be an understatement. I'm not the same person I was when we began exploring this run 3 years ago. Indeed, I believe I'm a better person and a wiser person from this experience. Through each challenge, each triumph, and yes, each disappointment along the way, I've learned something. In the end, that's all you can take from this experience. You meet new people, you lose some old people, and you carry with you the knowledge and experience you learn along the way. And again, while we don't know who emerged, I just want to say a couple words about my competitors, because we've all been up there. There have been 12 debates. I know they seem like they've been longer than 12 debates. And that's not even including all the back and forth on social media. First for Assemblyman Jonai, who I haven't gotten the chance to speak to yet. While we have many differences, I do believe we both respect the voters of our district, and today they will make a decision about who the nominee of our party should be. Whatever that decision may be. And again, Mark Jonai has been in office for 5 years. As somebody who has worked in that realm, you miss a lot of friends events, social events, everything else. You miss so much in the sacrifice you made. So in that one way, he is out there, so we should respect the sacrifice he makes personally to do that. However, I do believe we all presented the voters of this district with a choice and a competition of ideas, and not a coronation. And I believe we are all better than that. So thank you all. I also had the opportunity to speak to Marjorie Velasquez, who over the course of this campaign has become a friend to me. While Marjorie and I disagreed over who the Democratic nominee should be, when it came down to the issues affecting our city and our community, our differences were not really that big, as I think many of you know. I encourage her to seriously consider continuing her campaign, as I believe our democracy needs more voices for the people to be heard. Whatever her decision, again, this race has not been called, so she's not going to make a decision until it is. I wish her well, and I'm confident she will continue to be a voice in the future of our community. And that's where it all comes back to for me, is the community, which surprises nobody here. As you all know, I've been running to meetings, and from this to that, personal sacrifices, from PTA meetings to Board of LaSalle meetings, or whatever else we have out there. And again, this campaign was never about me. It's about all of us. It's about we. It's about the community coming together to achieve good things and putting the community first. And in the end, the people who were there for me throughout this campaign were my friends, all of you, my family. A few of them are here. I was talking about you. And the leaders of our community, for which I'm profoundly grateful. I was out all day at different poll sites, and I can't tell you how many people said that they were, at the last minute, pushed over to voting for me because they got a letter in the mail with Chris, or Jerry, or Annie, or Michelle, or Bob. And I'm going to get to you both, don't worry. And a lot of different people. And that vote, as they read the papers, swayed them in a direction in a way that a politician endorsement never would. So I want to thank you guys for that. And again, you know, the leaders of our community, everyone kind of put this all together, and I'm profoundly grateful. Grateful that I probably could put into words tonight, and I did write this speech at 4 a.m., so bear with me a little bit here. But I'm going to try. First, I want to thank my parents.
Yes.
Dad. Who I don't think is here today, but my mother is the most resilient person I know, and she's been through a lot. And I think listen, an election loss sucks. I'll be kind of blunt about it. But it's not the worst thing in the world. And I think as long as you keep your head and you keep that perspective, listen, we're all going to be okay. I think that's very important. And, now I have more time to spend with them. So that'll be good too. Everybody's excited. Everybody's thrilled. I want to thank my siblings. Are any of them, or they have to leave? Because I know they had early days tomorrow. My brother's in Con Ed and my sisters are nurses. And let me tell you, my sisters were out there for me and my brother and his girlfriend Christine were out there for me so much. So even though they're not here, I'm going to ask them to give them a round of applause because they also gave a lot of money to this campaign, which I'm proud of. I want to thank my extended family, my aunts, uncles, cousins. I'm blessed to come from a large Irish family, and I can't tell you how many times I was on the doors in Silver Beach or Edgewater or wherever, yonder. And someone said, I know so-and-so in your family, or I grew up with your aunt, or I grew up with this one. They're all about you, and I'm voting for you because of that. So peer-to-peer communication was so effective, and again, you guys sell me better than sometimes I can sell myself. So thank you for that. And I want to thank my friends, all of my friends, and many of them who are here today, who joined with us here today. The only reason we were able to get, again, to be a leader in the small dollar donation system is because you all supported me. And again, for some of you, that wasn't easy. You had jobs that maybe couldn't leave you on the front lines, or, again, it was difficult because you had other friends in the race. And I appreciate that. I really do. And some of you were pushing me, but you were always behind me. And I thank you for that. If I was going to go around the room and speak about everybody, I probably wouldn't get through the speech. And eventually they have to close up here, so I don't want to keep that going here. But a few people who I do want to thank. Steve Swazicki, Louisa Benedetto, Kira Gannon, Pete Doyle, Louie Gallagher, Connie Dunn, and Annie Doyle. And while our campaign was outspent 7-1, we had something money could not buy. And that was the support of people in the neighborhood, which I'm really, really, really grateful for. And again, it was all back to neighborhood first. It's not a cheap slogan. It's kind of been my calling in service. And a lot of the leaders of our community who backed me, no matter what, they show up to the meetings. They do the work that comes from the meetings. They work really, really hard. None of them get a salary. They do it out of love for the neighborhood. They do it out of love for their neighbors. So I really want to thank them. They lent their voices to me, and in many respects, I stand on their shoulders here tonight as we go forward. Because, again, it is also always about the next generation and leaving that a better world than maybe what we always found it to be. This includes Bob Beater, who was the best. Bob, I remember going to locations with Bob Beater, where when they took a look at him, they groaned because they knew he was going to do a good job of swaying voters to our campaign. So, Bob, thank you for all that you do. Barbara DeLenzik, Stick Giacco, Maria Caruso, Raquel Baez, who's over here, Sandy Lusk, Debbie Roth, Jerry Landy, who's back here, Chris Napolitano, who's back here, Mary Jane Yasano, Andrew Chirico, Michael and Pauline Shanley, Peter Sullivan, and Michelle Toriani. So let's join me. When every other politician went in another direction, these people stood with me. And I know they were put under a lot of pressure. And I know that wasn't always easy for them. So I will always be profoundly grateful for that. Because at the end of the day, again, I worked in the political realm. But the people who stood with me were my friends, my family, and the community. So that's what I take from this. When people are good to you, you have to return the favor. I also want to thank our amazing campaign team who worked very long hours to get our message out. And as many of you know, because you've seen me and been alarmed by my yo-yo weight over the last couple months, campaign work isn't always glamorous. It requires commitment and coordination. Take a moment to thank them all here tonight.
Yes.
Jacob Durzon, Lori Davis, Alex and our amazing canvassers who work day in, day out, rain, whatever the weather threw at them. Thank God they didn't have to do it in the winter. Sleep, to get the message out about our campaign. I know this is a little like the Oscars, but I'm on the last page. There are a lot of people to thank, and if I did everybody, we wouldn't get out of it. I want to thank Berlin Rosen, who are our mail firm. They did many of the mail pieces that you received. Good news, they're over. But the quality of the pieces, listen, I get complaints about it all the time. I want to thank Alex Navarro McKay, who was with us up to about an hour ago. I want to thank Emily Robinson for putting together so many mailings that told the story of my service to the community, as well as the choice we faced in this election. I also want to thank our web graphics master, Amesh Prasad, who's sitting right before you. I want to thank all three of them for making me look good, because we all know what sort of a challenge that can be. In the closing, this campaign has brought out a lot of passion and new voices that have emerged who want to say in the future of our neighborhood. I think that's a really good thing. These voices cannot disappear now that the primary is over.
Right.
Your civic duty didn't start and didn't end with 1 or 2 votes a year. A quote that has always inspired me has been from Adlai Stevenson, who ran for president several times. That I'm not looking to do. He was never successful, but the words still ring true today. And it's that patriotism is not a short and frenzied outburst of emotion, but the tranquil and steady dedication to life. Now, the tough part begins for all of us who live here. While some thought this campaign wasn't positive enough, it was honest enough. And as many of you remember in our debate, I said, this is the Bronx, it's not Kenny. This borough has real challenges. Those challenges remain no matter who would have won this election. It is my hope, my sincere hope, that now that the election is over, we can come together and tackle some of our common problems instead of each other. Public service has been a calling for me in this past 10 years, and it continues to be my passion. If I can assist in any way, rest assured I will roll up my sleeves and get involved. And more importantly, I hope you all do. Thank you so very much.